Hey, you guys. Good morning to you. Look who's here. Famke Janssen
Hi, good morning. How are you?
from a
Good
new
morning.
show that is on Netflix now. It's called Hemlock Grove, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, I want to quickly introduce you to everybody here in the Hangout. This is Trav. He's hanging out with us from England.
Hi there.
Nick is in Texas. Kempton is in Calgary, Canada.
Hi,
Jimmy is here in Koreatown.
Hello, Famke.
George is in Mountain View, California. And
Famke.
Ayub is in Leicester. He's in
Hi.
England as well. And we
Where's
have
New York City? We're not
New
represented.
York's not here today. I
Okay.
know.
New
Yesterday we had
York.
somebody from New York. Jimmy's originally from New York, so
Okay.
that's cool. We do have a lot of people watching online as well, so I want to say hi to you guys on YouTube. Hi, YouTubers. Please like us, thumbs up, and share the links. Thank you. And if you have a question, just tag me or anyone in the Hangout. I will get it to Famke. Okay? So let's talk about these awesome posters that we're seeing all over town. That we're thinking is really hot of
Yes.
you and Hemlock Grove. This is a kind of a dark story, right? Horror.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't just simply say it's horror. I don't think it does it justice. It has a sort of Twin Peaks-esque feel
That's
to
what
it.
we were just talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah.
And it's very much sort of a murder mystery in the way that Twin Peaks was set in a small town in America. A murder happens, various people or whatever, we're not sure what or who is behind it. And then there's all these various characters that you learn about over the 13 episodes. It's really intriguing and fun.
I know that you guys know Famke's history and have some questions for her. So where should we start, you guys? Who's got the first one? Ayub, go ahead.
Hi. Just want to say it's an honor to meet you and talk to you. And I mean, going from Bond to a much more, shall we say, intelligent and powerful role such as Jean Grey, how's the transition from that to this going?
Well, it's been such an interesting transition over the years. I've now been acting for about 20 years and over 40 some roles. So there have been various transitions over the years in all different genres, all different, I've done a little bit of television with Nip Tuck. I've done independent movies, with Woody Allen, Robert Altman, you name it. I've done bigger studio films like the X-Men movies or GoldenEye or whatever. So it's sort of been a little bit of everything. And now it's the first time I've done something in this new way of airing, or I guess we're not supposed to call it airing, premiering things.
Talk about that model, because it is a different kind of model that, I mean, as a performer, I'm sure you're not used to, but for us as the consumer, it is different. I prefer it the way that Netflix and all these different mediums now are coming up. What did you think when you first heard about it?
When I first heard about it, when I was approached for it, it was based on a novel, so it was already a good idea. You got a good sense of what this story was going to be. And then House of Cards had just gone into production. So
Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
Kevin Spacey,
It's
David Fincher.
phenomenal numbers. That movie,
It's
or
just
the series.
the series. It was just so classy, the group of people involved, that I thought just to be mentioned in the same breath as David Fincher, I'll say yes, because that alone is worth it. And it's really the way that people are viewing things right now. I mean, you on Netflix or any other streaming, you can watch things whenever, however you want. So it's really clearly the way of the future.
It is. It's here. Jimmy, did you have a question? Go ahead.
Yes. I'm just freaking out that I'm actually talking to Jean Grey.
You're not talking to Jean Grey.
You're talking
to Famke.
Okay, Famke. But you've been acting, you say, 20 years or so. What was it like? What do you take from other actors such as Gary Oldman and Patrick Stewart and Liam Neeson? What do you get from working with them? What is it like working with them?
So incredible. I actually haven't worked with Gary Oldman, but I've worked with the others that you just mentioned, and it's just I feel like I've been so privileged over the years to have worked with Robert De Niro and Matt Damon and Michael Douglas and Woody Allen and like all these incredible people. Where you just I'm a little, well, not so little, but I come from a little town in Holland, so just being in the United States and being able to be part of this business and having had these incredible opportunities, I'm just grateful.
Trev, go ahead.
Just a little bit. I'm a Trekkie, and the first time I saw you was in Star Trek: The Next Generation. I I fell in love with you then, right then. I thought you were one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. But that's not my question. My question is, when I didn't realise that was one of your first roles, and for that being one of your first roles to be head-to-head on camera with, because it would basically a one-on-one with Patrick Stewart, who is a phenomenal actor.
Yes.
How did you? Do you know what I mean? How did you handle that kind of?
He actually gave me the best tip because it was one of my first roles, and he said, you know, you're supposed to only look in one of my eyes, not in both of them, because my eyes.
Is that true? I have no idea.
I was very much
that.
in the beginning of my career, so yeah, I'd never forgotten that. And then, of course, years later, we worked together. We worked together again on the X-Men franchise. So yeah, he was lovely. I've really been blessed with the kinds of actors I've worked with. Who've been so kind and supporting. Liam, I love Liam Neeson.
You guys just got
Amazing.
a tip for those of you aspiring actors. So you only look at
in one of the eyes.
One of the eyes. I always wondered about how you can be so focused when I see it, on the big screen. Okay, that's a good tip. Kempton, go ahead.
Yeah, Famke, I love you. I mean, it's my honor to meet you too. I want to ask you. You said you have 20 years of experience as an actress.
Yep.
How does that help you in your directing efforts? Your directorial debut was in 2011, right? What was it like for you?
Bringing a Bobby is the movie I wrote and directed and produced, and it really helped. There's a whole history, obviously, of actors who've gone from acting to directing or do both. And it just helps because as an actor, you're on set and you're really able to learn from every single person and department because you deal with the director, with the cameraman, you see how the set is lit, you're talking to production designer, costume designer, you see how a production office functions. So I really feel that I've been in the best film school for 20 years. So my directorial debut, even though I had so many things that were overwhelming, we had 20 days to shoot. We were shooting in Oklahoma. It was 105-degree Fahrenheit weather, every single day. So there were many hurdles, but at least the onset experience I've had for so long that I wasn't thrown by it in the way that I've seen sometimes having worked with first-time directors who come from film school who just don't have that kind of onset experience. So it was fantastic to have.
I did notice that you were speaking to Billy Friedkin out there.
Huge fan of his.
Had you met before
No,
today? No,
I never met him before, and I've been a huge fan. What an amazing director.
Are there directors that you sort of look up to or
some of whom
are
dead, like Hal Ashby was one of my all-time favorite directors, and Kubrick. But Terrence Malick is still one of them, and the Coen brothers, and David O. Russell, I think, is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I have a whole stable of people, and I admire just all those filmmakers from the 1970s so much.
See,
so,
the 70s, we talked about the celebration of that era of filmmaking. Who did I miss? Are you? Yes, go ahead.
Oh, I just going on from the tip that you got from Patrick Stewart. I mean, now in your new show, there's quite a few young actors. Have you had a chance to pass on the tip, or what advice did they ask you for?
No, nobody ever asked me for any advice, to be honest with you. And I would never presume to give any, because I really never find that is my place to tell anybody what to do. So no, they were perfectly capable. They're incredible actors. They did amazing. And the good thing about doing 13 episodes in one go, or 13 one-hour movies, or whatever you want to call it, is that you get so much experience. So for them, I never had that when I started acting, that you literally for 13 hours all of a sudden are on, in a show or a movie or that long with that much time on a set. So it's great for them. I wish I'd had that.
I wish I have your voice.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't it so deep and sexy? Thank you guys. Listen, I have to let Famke go. The show is called Hemlock Grove. It's on Netflix. So go ahead and stream it, download it, watch it.
Tomorrow, April 19th.
Tomorrow, yes. Will you take a quick photo with us?
Yes.
Before you go? Okay, here's the camera. 1, 2, 3.